Create subway surfers in Geometry Dash. Not today. Wait, notification? What is that? Lol, he can't create subway surfers. He's bad creator. Okay, bet I'm gonna try everything I can to prove this guy wrong. Hold up. That's not the correct song. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, we have a lot of issues, and the first one is that I've never really played Subway Surfers, like, ever. But luckily for us, we can go to the YouTube Shorts section. Dude, Louis do be uploading some legendary content over here. Alright boys, now I think I know exactly what Subway Surfers is, so here's what we need to do. We need to have rails, trains, physics, coins, obstacles, power-ups, and much more. Actually, I'm gonna move the very hard ones to the very end. Let's just go ahead and create a new level, and the first step is to always mute the song because it's so loud. Then I added 3 rails and a train. I mean, 3 rails and a red square. I'm gonna be improving these textures later, okay? Trust me. Now we need to give the player the ability to switch between rails, and that is a walk in the park. Apparently we have to use this thing called the sequence trigger, so... Alright, let's see, what is this? I went over to the Geometry Dash editor guide and read the whole thing. Not really, because it's 200 pages. Are you kidding me? The sequence trigger is used to spawn a sequence of triggers. Let's try it out. Yeah, that didn't really help. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that every time something like this happens, I go over to my good friend RobTop. What the? Alright guys, we have made a new enemy. I'm gonna take my revenge, and my plan is to make this game as accurate as possible so that he gets sued by the company. Anyways, after 2 hours of dying inside, I got it somewhat to work, and that is very, very cool. In Subway Surfers, there are also these things that you jump over and also crouch under. So I quickly made the textures for them, and boom, jumping and crouching is now real. Very, very cute. The next morning, I woke up and was like, let's add water beneath the rails. And I also added this monster, which if you fail, he's gonna eat you very hard, which yeah, you don't want that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this new theme is absolute garbage, but we're gonna fix that later, just like everything else. This is me coming after you if you don't subscribe right now. You better do it. And then came the very hard part, adding mechanics and the physics to the game. It took me about like 9 hours, but I finally got it to work. And now if you hit a train, you're gonna hit the train. And if you climb the train, you guessed it, you're gonna... yeah, I don't know what's going on. Then I decided to change the color of the water to dirt. And that's much better now. And then I played around with some of the shaders to get the 3D effects, and that's actually pretty cool. I might actually add this later as an option. And I also added the ability to rotate the screen so that it feels more like Subway Surfers. And with that, the game was actually pretty playable and fun. You can crouch, you can crash as well if you want to. And the final step is to finally add random mechanics, change the textures of the trains, add a main menu, add settings, add decorations, add coins, add score, add SFX, add... yeah, we're nowhere near done. In Subway Surfers, there are not only stationary trains, but also moving ones, which doesn't really make any sense. Like, where is bro heading in this maze? And so because I'm lazy, because of that reason, we're not gonna be adding moving trains. In Subway Surfers, the game randomly generates trains and obstacles for you to avoid. And I tried doing that in my level, but you can see that sometimes you will just get an impossible section, which is not that very cool. So I guess the only thing we can do is just Google how they did it, and then maybe we can, you know, copy, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Google was of no help. Nobody knows how to do this system, so let's actually ask ChatGPT. Hey man, how do you do the Subway Surfers thingy? The spawning random stuff. Okay, so apparently the internet is no help, so I'm gonna have to do that on my own. So yeah, I tried many different approaches and landed on this approach that seems to be pretty good. And that totally did not take me 5 hours. And I got all of that into my game and saw blade and an arrow. But it seems like it's generating blocks perfectly. Alright, now we have a fun and playable games, my dudes. But the only issue is that the obstacles only spawn on one single track, so it's time to fix that. Alright, now obstacles and trains will spawn on all 3 rails, which kind of feels like we're coming close to the end, my dudes. A new issue just arised, my dudes. In Subway Surface, the dude jumps on top of trains and not red squares. We're gonna have to fix that. So I went ahead and upgraded all of the textures of the trains and chose from these 3 designs. This took me about 3 to 4 hours to finish, but yeah, that looks very, very nice. But then I was like, traffic light. Alright, now the game looks much better, but it's still terrible. So I added coins with these cool spawning animations and copied the particles from my other level, and boom, we have coins now. So now it's time to add more decorations to the map to make it look less terrible. So I added grass on top and bottom of the map, and it looks very cool. Yeah, there's still hope for this game, my dudes. So the only thing left now is to add power-ups. But before we add power-ups, there is a small issue. I have to finish this game within 2 days, and I usually go to the gym every single day, but that takes a lot of time, so I brought the gym over to me and we got back to work. I had 3 original ideas for power-ups, and the first one is a magnet, which basically just sucks all of the coins in, and the second one is a shield, which yeah, he protect for real, and the last one is a jetpack, which I'm gonna show you in a bit. So I drew all of the textures for them and they look pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. So I worked on the particles for the sucking animations and for the shield and also the jetpack, and I quickly added all of the mechanics and functionality for these power-ups, which took me only about like 5 hours, so yeah. But hey, look at this, now it's working perfectly. Here we have the magnet, suck them all in, boy, and here we have the shield, you are invincible, you cannot be killed now, so. And then we have the jetpack, which launches you to the air, into the sky, and then boom, you can collect yourself some sweet coins. So now I made them spawn randomly every few seconds, and boom, now we have power-ups. And then I went ahead to make some UI elements, of which the first one was a timer until your power-up expires, along with a score counter and a coins counter. Now it's time to make the notebook score. I'm also planning on making a high score to see your best score of all time. But first, we need a name for this game. We can't just name it Subway Surfers, we need a more unique name. I added a settings button, play button, a high score, and that was actually a little bit tricky to do, but I got it working. And boom, we have a main menu. Oh, wait, zoom in. What the heck is that? Oh, I think it's just telling you to like the video right now. Now it's finally time to spice up the whole game by adding sound effect. Let's start by looking for a coin sound effect. It took me a while to find some really good sound effects, but here you can see the game with sound effects. It's like 10 times better, not gonna lie. I also added the proper settings to rotate the screen and also zoom out in case you wanna play it on phone. Oh, wait, what is this? Bashomo? What is Bashomo? Okay, I'm not sure. What does this even mean, bro? So now it's time to make the final logo. Now the very final step, my dudes. As you guys know, in Subway Surfers you start very slow, but your speed increases over time. So let me just pump up the velocity a little bit. That's way too much, bro. Go back we go. Also, look at this cool gradient I added. I think that's gradients are awesome, bro. You should not make any level without a gradient. At least one, you gotta use it. And with that done, we have Bobway Surface finished. I mean, Bobway Burfers done in Geometry Dash. And I guess let's just move on to the gameplay. And I challenge you to beat my high score. And here's the ID on the screen if you want to try it out. And also you can share your high score on this leaderboard in here. But yeah, let's get to my epic gamer skills. Alright, I already know what you guys are gonna say. You think that I cheated, but I honestly get that all of the time. I've been banned from like 3 or 4 games so far just because I was way too good and people thought I was cheating. But I uploaded a full run on my second channel in here. You can check it out. But yeah, play this, record it on YouTube, and let me see what your high score is. And yeah, this game didn't turn out exactly like Subway Surfers, so we can't really sue RobTop, but for the next time, this is probably gonna be the case. So stay tuned. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, YouTube, first, second, third channel, Twitter, join my Discord as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Let's try looping the coin sound effect. Let's check it out. Oh no. Oh no. Ah.